Hey guys, it's Crispy. I'm here to do a review for the movie The Whale, starring Brendan Fraser, Sadie Sink, Hong Chow, and a drunk lady. So yeah, this movie is the very talked about movie earlier in the year because Brendan Fraser was crying, and it was like a big social media thing. Like people were like, "Oh my God, that's the guy from The Mummy. Why is he crying? Oh, was he in a movie? What movie's that? The Whale. Oh, in The Whale. Okay, he's crying. Why? Oh, because he did such a good performance. They're giving him a standing ovation. Oh my God, good for him. Hashtag Brendan Fraser. Hashtag love the God. Hashtag love the God Brendan Fraser." And that's what's been happening ever since. And now the movie's out for the public to see. It's not on film festivals anymore. I saw it 2 weeks ago, and yeah, I'm here to say that I saw the movie. All right, that's it. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. No, no, I'm not. Um, so this movie is about a very, very antisocial English teacher who's gay. But that's not really the important. Well, it's kind of the important part of the story because the things that happen, it's a cause and effect. So adding into that, he's a gay English teacher who cheated on his wife and left her for a student of his. And then he left his wife and his daughter, lived out his life, and the movie kind of starts off with him. He's jerking off to gay porn, and a Mormon walks into him. That sounds like a joke. Like, all right, look, a priest and a rabbi, but it's not a joke. It's part of the play. And this movie's really shot like a play, and I think that's gonna disappoint people because there being a lot of word of mouth about this film. I guess people would imagine like a very epic movie, Brendan Fraser being so good in it, like, oh my God, what is it exactly? And then you see that it's just this really small movie that's just set in one place, and really just it counts down the kind of final days of this really, really struggling English teacher with congestive heart failure and a lot of grief, a lot of grief in this character and a lot of complexity to him too. And I would say, all the hype on Brendan Fraser and how great he is in this movie, that ain't no fucking lie. I'm going to tell you right now, if there's going to be an Oscar nomination that he's going to get, he going to win that shit. I think he should win it. If he doesn't win it, it's going to be one of the biggest upsets of the year. I mean, that's just what it's going to be because he's so fucking good in this movie. The other person who's fucking really good in this movie is Hong Chow. This Asian girl or woman, I don't know, whatever the fuck they want to be called. This this woman, she is in a lot of A24 movies, and she's incredible in them. She was just in The Menu, and I loved her in that movie. So just seeing her here, I really liked her very realistic approach on like no makeup, and just she looks like a fucking nurse. Like she's tired. You know what I mean? She works like double shifts. She works night shifts. And she's there for her buddy. Brendan Fraser. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, uh, performances are great. Cinematography is great. Filmmaking is all around great. It's all great. I think what's gonna basically take people away from this movie is maybe if you do not like smaller films, that's exactly what this is. This isn't a huge movie. This is really more of a confined, performance dependent movie. So without the performances, you don't have a good movie because this movie doesn't offer you anything but like that, and obviously a good script. And this is a great script. The dialogue is incredible. It doesn't seem like any of this was at all ad-libbed or anything of that sort, and it's very engaging. It's very introspective and personal. You know, there's a lot to this character that Brendan Fraser plays, where he's such a good person. You have empathy for him, but not because of the position he's in. Me personally, I didn't watch this movie and feel bad for him because he's like because he's very obese or anything like that. I watched this movie feeling empathy for him because he's he's just so much in grief, and he's just so charitable and so good to other people, and he shows a lot of belief, but at the same time he doesn't offer that same goodness that he gives to people to himself. He never does. He never does any of that. He never asks for it. He never desires it. And I think that's a very good character to play, and it's a very complex character to play, and to put that off into the screen is something that is very difficult. And the fact that Brendan Fraser was able to do that seemingly just so skillfully that you would wonder why he hasn't had more nominations. To be honest with you, because this role was so good, and it's even better that he's in every fucking scene, because like he did not miss a beat. I was actually enjoying this movie for that fact. Was the performance that he was giving, the the dialogue that was given into this movie and how it was delivered. Um, the prosthetic in this movie is great. Like it does not look fake. It all looks real, and the sound design that they used for him when he moves, it's like really raw. Like it's hard to hear, cause like think of being 600 pounds. Like it'd be really hard to move. So it's not. It's really hard to make prosthetics and seem like it has a little bit of weight to it. And he does his movements perfectly. It doesn't seem like, oh, it's a dude in a fat suit. It's like, holy shit, that dude's 600 pounds. He's gonna fucking die. You know what I mean? I have been hearing reviews earlier, and reading them, and people give this bad reviews because it's like, oh, it's just gratuitous. Oh, it's like, this movie is so badly, like, it's not spirit. It's not good, because it's just very perverse, and it's just telling you, look how fat he is. Like that's what these people fucking really think, that this movie's just that, because they were so grossed out by Brendan Fraser's fatness in this movie. They thought that the director really made this movie to be like, oh, look how fat this guy is. And if you're one of those people that reviewed it thinking that, I kind of think you're a fucking idiot, or I think you're ignorant, because you did not, you failed to see, this movie for what it was, man. And I mean, I don't feel sorry for you. I don't give a fuck. I just think you're wrong. I don't think you're like forever stupid, or like really fucking like you wake up stupid, but it's really fucking stupid to think that people made this movie because they wanted to show you a fat guy. Um, I think they want you to see a dude that's suffering from severe obesity, because it's all connected to a very traumatic point to his life, and a lot of things that he's missed out on, and he didn't see himself as living up to the plate of being a good father, or a good person, because on the things that he's lost, and he wasn't really able to come to terms with it. Um, and look, if you failed to see that, and you just thought that Darren Aronofsky made this movie to be gratuitous, or just like a horrible person, then I think you're just an easily offended dumbass. So, I mean, you can go ahead and keep reviewing movies if you want, but if you want to keep reviewing movies to be fucking offended, then, that's all on you. Anyway, I give this movie a 8 out of 10. It's one of the best movies I saw this year. It's definitely on my top 10. What you guys think of this movie? Like, dislike, comment, subscribe. Love you guys.